Hey guys, I want to talk to you a little bit today about how to get your ex back in your life. Okay, I just tricked you. I just fooled you. I just deceived you. I made you think this talk was going to be about something different, but this is completely a different message than probably what you're looking for. Okay? Here's the message for you. You ready for this? Fuck your ex. To hell with your ex. Screw your ex. Forget about your ex. Put your ex behind you. Okay? This is probably not what you want to hear right now, but this is probably what you need to hear right now. Okay? And I hope that whoever you are out there listening, whatever you're going through, I hope that you listen to this over and over and over again. And I hope you stop listening to those other videos about people that will tell you strategies of ways to make yourself better, to solicit attention for your ex, or to, do any number of things to recaptivate somebody's attention that is no longer in your life. Okay. Whether or not this is a situation that somebody left you, or maybe you left somebody and you're regretting it and you're second guessing it and you're thinking about your ex and you're doing all this and that. Yeah. You're going to go through that. Yeah, it's going to hurt. Yeah, it's going to suck. It's not easy. It's not fun. I wouldn't wish that upon anybody. Those emotions and those feelings hurt and they suck. But I'll tell you what sucks more is wasting more hours and days and years in your life on somebody that's not right for you. And that's the essence of the talk here today, is that as much as this will hurt you to hear this sort of message, this is, like I said, this is what I feel like you need to hear right now. You need to hear that there's a reason that you two are no longer together. You need to hear that there's a good reason that might not make sense to you right now at this very focal present moment where you're hurting. But there is a reason. There is a higher level reason, way above and beyond you and I on the earth here and whatever, that's out there in the universe that's looking out for you, that is the reason why you're no longer together. And I don't know what that is. Maybe you probably don't know what that is right now if you're listening to this, but I believe those are the facts. Okay. You can pine and consternate and lose sleep and go through your stuff and kick and scream and do all your coping, whatever form or fashion that comes for you in your life, but the reality is you two are no longer together, and there's a reason for that. You really need to reflect upon that. And I'm not saying you need to forget about your past, or you need to not honor your past, or you need to not miss this person or still love this person. Maybe that's okay. It's okay to have those thoughts and feelings, of course, but fact being is that you need to move on. Okay, if you're listening to this right now, you need to move on. I think you know deep down in your heart and in your soul that you need to move on right now. And the only thing that you're doing by coming online and looking for videos about strategies about how to get back with your ex is that you're just prolonging an inevitable reality that's probably going to rear its head in your life. That is the fact that you and this other person are probably never going to be together. You're never going to be an item. You're never going to be a match. You weren't compatible in the first place. Okay. You weren't compatible to the fact where things got to this breaking point. Okay. That's not what caring, loving, meant to be together people do. They stick together. Okay. That's what people that are truly meant to be will do for one another. They stand by each other. They don't break. Okay. As hard of a thing as that is for you to understand right now at this second, that's what you need to wrap your mind around. That's what you need to get through your head. And that's what you need to go out there and find. You need to go out there and find in this world somebody that's not going to do that to you, somebody that's not going to leave you, or somebody that you're not going to leave. Okay? That sort of sacred bond that you're after, that you're looking for, you can find that. Okay? It's out there for you. It is there. Make no mistake about it, but it wasn't with this person, okay? And that's why you're broken right now. That's why you're split. That's why you're hurting. Yeah, it ain't fun. I get it. We've done it. We've all done it. I've done it a couple different times now at this point in life. But what I've learned, and that's just the point of the talk here, and that's why I'm saying this kind of stuff, is that the longer you you hang in that sort of middle ground, that wanting and wishing and hoping that your ex comes back or whatever, it's just a bigger disservice that you're doing to yourself, okay? You're just putting yourself through a deeper pit of despair. You're just putting yourself through more misery and more everything. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying to not take your time to cope and heal and do your stuff. Yes, we're all human beings. I get that you are a human. You have thoughts and feelings and emotions and all this kind of stuff. You need to address those things. You need to cope those things. I'm not saying to sweep them under the rug and pretend like you're some robot that doesn't feel. Okay, that's not what I'm saying. But I'm just speaking to this cold, hard truth and this fact about what I'm talking about here is that there's a reason they're an ex. There's a good reason that you don't understand right this very second, but there is a reason out there, and it won't make sense to you until maybe you get long down the road and you find that person that is your everything, or that is your heart and your soul, and that really is that person that you've been after the whole time. But for whatever reason, this one that you're pining over right now was not that, and that sucks to have to realize that. It sucks to have to come to terms with that and face that reality. But you've got to get brave. You've got to get courageous. You've got to get strong inside, and you have to accept that. Okay? You might not want to accept what I'm saying right at this very second, but I want to believe that over the course of days, weeks, months, years, hopefully not longer than that, this is going to sink in. You're going to remember this talk, and you're going to remember that guy Mike on the internet and what he was saying to me that was really some heavy and some real stuff. Okay. If I could go back and do my life over again, I would not have spent the amount of time hurting over people that I loved that didn't work out, that we had a break over. Okay. That's a regret of mine, and that was my path. That's what I had to go through. And you might have to do the same thing. You might have to burn up decades of your life learning the same lesson as I have. And I'm not saying that I'm better than anybody else. I'm not saying that I'm more equipped or more efficient at doing this stuff, but I'm just trying to communicate this message to you guys and girls out there that you've got to move on from this ex. There's a reason why you're broken. There's a reason why you're split. There's a good reason that you might not know about right this very second, but believe me, there's a reason. You need to believe that. You need to accept that. And you got to keep trucking in life. You got to keep going. Everybody that comes to your life is there to teach you a lesson, and odds are that whoever this person was that you have made this break from, they served their purpose. They taught you whatever lessons they had to teach you, and it's time for you to move on. Okay. I hate to not sugarcoat things to people at times. I'm generally a very compassionate, caring person, and that is me at my soul, and I want people to feel good when they listen to my stuff and they hear my message. But this is one of those things that you need to be hit hard with. It's like you need to have that whack on the back of your head sometimes to get this stuff to sink in and to get this stuff to mean something to you. I think there's a contrast there. There's many of your friends that are going to be all around you in your circle right now, whoever they are, your family or your closest friends, siblings, whatever. They're going to try to coddle you, and they're going to try to calm you down, and they're going to try to assure you, and they're going to try to encourage you even to try to get back with your ex, to try to make reconciliation and make amends. And this is one of those rare times where I'm not going to do that for you. There's some tough love here that's coming into play, and you need to hear this message. And that's why I'm talking about this stuff right now. You need somebody in your life that's going to tell you something like this. You need somebody that's going to tell you, fuck your ex, forget about your ex, put him behind you, and move the fuck on with your life, okay? That's what you have to do. One way or another, whether you do it today, you do it tomorrow, you do it next week, you do it next month, you do it 10 years down the road, whether or not you die from this earth and you do it in a future lifetime, you're going to have to do it, okay? As hard as that is to hear, this is what you need to hear right now, okay? So gather yourself, put yourself together, appreciate the strong person that you are on the inside. Appreciate the beautiful soul that you are at your core, and keep moving. Okay? You've got to keep moving in life. Life doesn't stop. Life doesn't stop because you broke up with your ex. Okay? Remember that. There's a whole world of abundance out there. It's the last thing I'm going to tell you here, is that I'm always beating this drum, and I'm going to keep beating this drum till the day I die. The world is wildly, insanely, stupidly abundant. Whoever that person was in your life that you thought you loved so much, and I'm sure you did, I'm sure they meant something to you, there is a person out there that is 1,001 times better than whoever that person was in any regard that you want to think of it. The way they looked, the way they acted, the way they made you feel, the way they did any number of things. There is a person out there like that that's better than your ex. I guarantee you that. There is 8 billion plus people walking on the face of this fucking earth right now. You need to understand this. You need to believe this. You need to really hear what I'm saying here, and you need to move on, okay? That's the thing you need to sink into your heart right now. As hard as that is to face, you've got to get your mind around that, okay? Whoever you are, wherever you're at, whatever you're feeling right now, hang in there. There will be brighter days ahead of you. I promise you that. Keep trucking. We'll talk again real soon.